What up, bro? This might be a little bit of a longer video this morning. Started this a little bit early because I was just watching it. Normally I wouldn't do it until like 10 o'clock because that's to avoid making my videos super long. But I guess I just had some stuff I was already looking at this morning. So, one quick question down here. As soon as this was happening in here, like I kind of had a suspicion of what it was doing. So like right toward the end of this 15-minute candle here, I was like, you know what? I would almost prefer to see it leave this low intact for a minute. Meaning not take it. And so I wanted to take a long here, but as it traded down and then came back up, the only thing I saw that it did was come through the first presented fair value gap. This might be more of a bias thing of why I wanted it to do this, but it didn't have like, I guess this is kind of a change in the state of delivery. I guess I was more looking for a swing high. But I also it didn't get a candle above the top of the opening range gap with the open at 9:30, even though it traded through the first presented fair value gap and then gave me this fair value gap right here. So anyway, it's fine. I didn't take a trade. And it might be a good thing because after looking at the 15-minute chart, well, from a daily perspective, I guess, I just kind of assumed that we're going to take this low again. And maybe I'm just completely wrong. But it clearly traded through consequent encroachment, so if it comes back down here, it's just taking that low out. But we're inside the 4-hour order block, but then I went to the 15-minute chart. And the reason that I wanted this low intact for now was kind of from a Judas swing perspective. Like we have this sell side down here, which in 9 minutes here is going to be the low of the 9:30 to 10 o'clock range. Right below that is the opening range gap, consequent encroachment, which quite possibly it will trade through, or another draw, as well as if my bias is down here. Now, I guess I could be wrong with all of that, but then I saw relative equal highs, and right above relative equal highs on a 15-minute chart, there's a really big CB right there. So if it takes these highs, trades into the CB, and then gives me something short, that would be ideal for me, or I kind of at least what I'm looking at for now. I guess that's why I started the video early, just to like go through that. But anyway, I kind of wish I did something down here because my brain's been so out of it this week, like embarrassingly. And I feel like I've been MIA because you've been doing stuff for me and stuff, and I failed to respond like last night. Yeah. So anyway, on that note, I also just wanted to say thanks for still helping. I guess while we wait for 10 o'clock and while we wait for this to trade up here, I don't want to take everything off my chart, but I can just go like this for a minute. Now, as far as kind of going over what I do when I first get to my chart in the morning from a like what's my morning routine thing is first thing I do is I'll go to regular trading hours and put settlement on here. I'll put settlement on there, and I'll put once 9:30 opens, I'll also put the 9:30 on there. Opening range gap. Figure out where consequent encroachment is. The other thing is, you know what? Might have to do that later. I can't even think. And the more I talk about it, the more I still realize just how much shit I forgot to put on there this morning. 8:30, 6 a.m., all of that. Yep, 8:30 fair value gap right there. That would have been nice too. So, prime example, I suppose. There's 8:30. Oh, and also, we had an 8:30 news driver. And this is the low of the 8:30 news driver. I need to remember that. In fact, what was it? Core PPI CPI. Yeah. There's my fair value gap. Yeah, so I put my opening range gap on there. Ideally, I put my fair value gaps on there. I have been using 530 to 559 range, or throwing it on there, just kind of watching it as mornings play out. The other thing, I'll then kind of go to higher time frame charts, trying to, or just to like figure out where we're at, I guess. I can't think, man. So yeah, another reason why I just have so many things going through my head. I need to get my shit together, man. So we have this high here, and then it took this high, traded all the way back down, and now we're all the way back up here again. So that's also kind of why I think this high is fine. I guess in my opinion, it's showing me that it wants to go down here. However, this 1 hour candle closes in 3 minutes. These wicks down will have taken sell side right there, and now we're trading up, taking swing high, making it a bullish 1 hour order block. So I don't want to get chopped up in the weeds as far as one PD array to another PD array. Well, this one says this and that one says that, but I think this, and oh, I'm wrong again. I think this is where it's going, and this is where it's going, and this is where it's going. I also obviously look for, if there's a news driver. I really like it when there's 8:30 news drivers, because it's clear that it's going to go to the 8:30 news driver. And so I guess in this sense, when there's buy side on the opposite side of the market, and then you take that first, go into premium before you go back to a discount, I guess. I don't know. It's just nice. I'm going for 10 o'clock here and see what it does. Probably didn't explain any of that very clearly. I should just make a video maybe tomorrow, like just as soon as I sit down on my computer, just start recording, that way you can see, and even if it's longer. But yeah. Okay, that was taken right there. Let's see. So here's another question you could answer when you respond to this. I know sometimes you'll say, well, I knew we were bearish because basically ever since 12 a.m. or since this morning in London, we've been above it or below it. So, like looking at midnight open here, I know there was that one morning where you sent me the 6 a.m. candle, and it was clear as day. Traded below it, traded above it, and then hit that 6 a.m. open multiple times through all overnight session, and never traded below it, and that's how you did during New York. But like, when is it enough or so much trading above midnight open that you're not concerned that it's not actually going down there? I guess. It's kind of an irrelevant question at this point for this. I'm just freaking everywhere, man. I'll just focus on the market for now, I guess. Okay, so I do like this already. Other than the fact that these bodies are respecting this, I think this was the 4 hour bearish order block. Yeah. This is the 4 hour bullish order block, consequent encroachment. Bodies are respecting that, which is fine. But I do like that 10 a.m. opened and all it's done since 10 a.m. is trade up. Because eventually it's going to trade below 10 a.m. Not always, but it should. So let's go Asia. AM range 930. To 959. Right there. Consequent encroachment. And then the last thing, the 4 hour candle. So we did take the high of this 4 hour candle. The one we just finished. And here as well. I don't know what I want to do here as far as which one of these silver bullets I'm looking, or which one of these fair value gaps I'm looking for as a silver bullet here. It's part of me that wants to sell this from a institutional flow, institutional order flow entry drill. Um, but I'm not sure it's time yet. And it's sitting inside that silver bullet above consequent encroachment, so I don't really trust it. But yeah, I don't know. Probably was a good thing I did not. I feel like unless it really does something in the next few minutes, showing me that it's ready to move, um, it might be closer to 10:30 or maybe the next macro. Okay. Five-minute bodies are, I'll just show you. I'm also looking at this. I think this was from the high to the low. The 5-minute bodies are sitting right underneath that. Like the 1 minute chart, this looks just untrustworthy to me. For the sake of doing it, if this leaves this fair value gap, I'll put a limit order, stop where it goes, and just leave it. Which it looks like it's going to do. And sometimes it doesn't even trade up into it, which would freaking suck. One thing I'm not very good at doing too, just drag that down there. One thing I'm not very good at doing too is remembering breakaway gaps. So there is the potential that if it doesn't trade to this gap, trade back up to this one, that this is the real CB it's going to use. Unless, hold, I'm cycling through my other charts now. So there's a potential that this leaves a 3-minute fair value gap. But what I was going to say is I always forget to use breakaway gaps in the sense that this one will possibly never get traded to, and that, you know, this is my actual CB. And this is another hard part I have. Like, obviously my bias is down here, but there's just so much movement in here that trying to get short in these conditions, do I use every PD array? Like, should I have used this quadrant right here? Be like, okay, left that fair value gap, came up, hit the quadrant, and it's gone again. Should have sold it. Or, well, I think it might go past the quadrant, so I'm going to wait to treat, you know, this fair value gap or this one as an inversion fair value gap, or this one right here. You know, that's stuff I have a hard time with, I guess. And the other thing is, bro, you said no more hypotheticals, and I'm taking hypotheticals and sitting still again. Alright. maybe I get lucky with a 3 minute fair value gap or something. There's already a 2 minute fair value gap. Slowing down right here at consequent encroachment. Hit it right there. So I'm kind of hoping that this is if we possibly get back up into the those 2 minute, 3 minute, possible 4 minute fair value gaps. There is a 5 minute BC right here. And it's staying on that. Staying above this quadrant right here. So if I'm looking at 5 minute chart or 4 minute, 3 minute, I'm kind of hoping, if it's going to go from a premium to a discount to a premium to a omega discount, right? Or not. Just blow right through it. That'd be even better. Other than the fact that I'm not in the trade. The only reason. Dude, I should have been smart, man. Like, we know that sometimes it doesn't trade back up into the fair value gap. This is the silver bullet. I should have sold it as soon as it went below the silver bullet, man. Like, we know sometimes it doesn't trade back up into the C piece and it's just gone. The only reason I literally, like, shit, said institutional order flow entry drill, sell that bitch right here. Didn't trust myself. The reason I didn't trust it was because there was this fair value gap right here. It was in this fair value gap, staying above consequent encroachment of the silver bullet, staying above this quadrant, and then got immediately back up above the silver bullet. So it's even like that video you talked about yesterday. Whoops. It's even like that video you sent the other day. Why does it keep grabbing that? Where you talking about don't like lose track or okay, great, you got stopped out. So if you know it's doing this and then it stops you out, so it's clearly not doing that, then like don't be done with it. And so if I don't want to do it because it's above consequent encroachment and above my quadrant and back up above the silver bullet, then as soon as it's below it, that's a green light, man. And I don't give a shit. You know? Like, why? Ugh. I gotta be one of the greatest traders at being pretty dang good and still getting stopped out the majority of the time and losing a lot of money. You know? But it's fine. I feel like I have a sickness. But I'm gonna get better. So, regardless of what this does and where this goes right here, I do think this low, it will still be taken. Because, from a OTE perspective, long, that's optimal trade entry long, but I don't think we're coming all the way back up here. The fact that we traded all the way through this fair value gap before coming back up into a little bit of a premium, I think is bearish. Versus, take for example here what we did with the 15-minute chart, just not trading all the way through the fair value gap, but just using it as that catalyst to go lower. You know? So I think the fact that this was traded through all the way through before coming back up into a little bit of a premium, is a good thing. But maybe I'm just full shit, you know. Okay, I'm gonna drag over grades or quadrants of that highest 5 minute order block right there. So this is the low. And I don't want to like lose my bias as far as that low's taken. But like, man, I'm just pissed. Like I reset the account, right? In I don't really look at balance history anymore. But like, great day, Friday. This week, I've only taken one trade, and I'm just losing my shit. And now, this would have been a fantastical ish trade, right? There it is. And I can't capitalize on a damn point, a damn handle, bruh. But it's fine. Just getting me a little riled up, you know? So now that we're all the way back up here, though, let's actually do this. 1 minute. Bodies. So from discount to premium, little bit of a discount, optimal trade entry. That's what I'm looking for here. Unless it's just already going. So I did trade into the 4 minute fair value gap, traded into the 3 minute fair value gap, and traded into the 2 minute fair value gap. Yeah. Okay, I gotta do something, man. So, where is it? with consequent encroachment right here in this inversion fair value gap, or if I don't know. I see the CB right here. There's this BC. We're in an order block. Staying above consequent encroachment. So I know it's in the CB right now, but it's also staying above this, and it didn't even hit 62% from this leg down. So I do think there's still the potential that it will come up here. However, if it doesn't, and it pushes below, pushes bodies below consequent encroachment again, and below inversion fair value gaps in here, I'll market order one. So that's a body below consequent encroachment right there. I feel like I'm going to wait for what I said though. Wait for a body to get closed below this inversion fair value gap. It's 10:30 right now as well. Okay. Like, what choice do I have but to put it up here, right? Or right there. At this point, I really don't want it, especially knowing that, again, I'm selling in a really big discount. I don't want it to linger around here. I don't want it to go above consequent encroachment of this range. I just want it to go if it's going to go. Damn, man, it closed above my consequent encroachment. Do I just trust the process here and... That's so... I'm so good at this, bro. So good at what I do. We'll just call this a take profit. Yeah. For your information, that stop was above the third candle of this fair value gap I was trying to use as an inversion. Bro, like, oh my word. It's so hard not to laugh. Because this trade never would have been taken if I had taken it where I was supposed to have taken it. So I'm not pissed about getting stopped out. That's like, what? Who cares? But why is it so hard for me? Alright, I'm gonna just take this off and try and just go over my last few mornings. I still need to watch those videos you did. You know what? No. Call this revenge trading, maybe. I said it over here. Like, it would not surprise me because it never hit optimal trade entry if it goes back up there. It went, took this high, hit 62%, and again, we're almost back over consequent encroachment. I'm bearish, bro. I'm doubling down. I'm gonna have some emotions to work through after today. Okay, I have my other monitor open. We'll go back over here for now. Not that one. So I don't even know where. My brain was just fried the last few days. Whatever. I'm actually all tomorrow morning, tomorrow morning, or today. I'll make a video kind of redoing everything that I do in the morning in my thought process. And it would also help me because there was things this morning that I never even put on there that I say I do every single morning. So earlier in the video, that was pretty flawed. I'll just do another one, and that will help me as well. I'm gonna end the video because I think it's almost 50 minutes, and I know you're busy on vacation. Not really. It just want to be over there, man. But I know you take time out of your day to watch these, so I don't want to make it too long for you. But this is still where I'm thinking. Hasn't changed. I'll keep watching it. But maybe we can talk about this later. Yeah, doesn't matter. Anyway, all right. Sorry for being dumb. I don't know. Or yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm tired. Um, we'll talk later. Thanks for the input and help you've been giving me. See ya.